A healthy relationship needs to have love, it needs to have sex, and it needs to have romance.
Being able to trust somebody or just communication is the key.
To be honest to partner and trust him or her.
It's all about an agreement between those two people as to why they are involved in each other's lives.
Defining a healthy relationship is actually a lot of fun to do. When we talk about healthy relationships, we're referring to intimate relationships or dating relationships. We always start with honesty, respect, and trust, because if you don't have those three, you don't have much more to go on or to build on. We talk about good sex. If both people want to have sex, it has to be consensual, it has to be safer, and then mutually satisfying. You want to make sure both partners are having fun. We also bring up the topic of healthy arguments, that we think it's fine to have an argument in a healthy relationship.
We talk about arguments, we're going to say healthy arguments, because they also have to meet 3 criteria as well. So the first one is that it has to be non-violent. Next is non-abusive. And the last is going to be non-frequent.
Well, in a healthy relationship, you're going to find 2 people who have fun together, who respect each other, who are able to compromise, who can have an argument but not end the relationship over it. Or even, actually a healthy relationship doesn't have to be forever, and it would be great if you could end it in a friendly way. To make your relationship healthy, you want to make sure that you communicate with each other, that you don't harbor resentments, that if something is going wrong, you talk about it, and respect the other person's response and give them time to figure out what they want to say.
Tell your partner what it is that you want, and not in a demanding, like, I want it now, but this is how I feel. You always want to start your sentences with, I feel like, or this makes me feel. You don't want to be like, you make me feel bad, you are doing this. You always want to start off with, so they don't go into the defensive mode. Even the people who seem to appear to have this perfect relationship, there's always something behind the scenes that we don't see. They're not going to put that dirty laundry out there. I mean, some people do, but most people, so it's hard to say, oh my gosh, this is the perfect couple, because they may look like the perfect couple, but if she's being abused, she may not tell anybody.
So what we know in abusive relationships, the way it looks, it can be physical abuse, slapping, hitting, kicking, punching, destroying property, so kind of physical violation. It could also be sexual abuse, forcing somebody to have sex they don't want to have, and emotional abuse. And some people will experience emotional abuse and not experience physical abuse and not experience sexual abuse. And it's still very damaging because it's harder to detect sometimes. The person will constantly criticize them or put them down or make them feel stupid. At a certain point, you begin to lose your self-esteem, and it could happen to anybody.
Myself have been in unhealthy relationships. I've been married 3 times, and my first husband was physically abusive. My second husband was emotionally abusive, and in both situations there was drug and alcohol use, so that kind of made it a factor of instability.
But for many people, their abuser will do what's called hearts and flowers, and they'll say, I'm so sorry, I'll never do it again. And so they get trapped back into that relationship. Seeking help is an advice you should do as soon as something doesn't feel right to you. Because the sooner you get the help, the less likely you're going to have your self-esteem be destroyed. And again, we've got help here at City College. You could come to Project Survive for short-term crisis counseling. I can talk to people for up to an hour and refer them to other therapists, either at our Student Health Center, where they can get 6 to 8, even sometimes more, free sessions from therapists. And I can also refer them to agencies in the city.